Hey guys, this is Rob with Deluks Gaming, and today we're going to take a quick look at Planetbase. Being developed by Madruga Works, Planetbase is an isometric space colony builder that of course contains a strategic city building component, but you do so in a relatively hostile environment such as Mars, for example, adding a really nice feeling of quote-unquote living on the edge that you often get from those really good survival games. Basically, you land on a planet with a limited pool of resources with the hopes that you and your team can become self-sufficient. Unfortunately, somebody on the long journey to the planet lost the instructions on what to build and in what order to make the best use of those resources. But if things actually go well, soon enough you'll be building your own landing pad where others can join your budding colony. All this sounds pretty easy, doesn't it? What could possibly go wrong? Well, aside from you making some serious critical errors at the beginning and placing down the base in a completely impractical way and causing your guys to die for whatever reason because you didn't have enough food, water, air, all of those things. Things like asteroids could just come and land in the middle of your base. So yes, a lot of things could go wrong. I've only had the opportunity to play this for about an hour, and during that hour, I have not found much success. I find that I'm placing down the wrong buildings at the wrong time, and people, of course, are suffering at my hands. Who needs meteors when you've got me to mess around with your base? That's why I'm saying, where's the instructions? Anyway, so we're going to give this a shot and take a peek. Right off the bat, I will say, wow, this is just gorgeous. What a beautiful opening screen with that sunrise and the ship. It looks amazing. The whole screen is moving like you're watching from a camera in another ship or something. It looks incredible. But anyway, so let's start a new game. And of course, there is 3 planet selections of varying difficulties. So you start off with Class D, which is, of course, the most familiar to all of us because this is so symbolic of something that is going to happen in our lifetime, or less, maybe not to the degree that this game goes into, but building a colony or at least landing people on Mars. So this is why I find part of this really remarkable, and it's sort of in tune with some of the movies that are out right now, but very, very cool. And then of course you've got the challenging and the overwhelming planets, and of course I haven't made it to that part. To get to these, you have to unlock a certain amount of milestones on the Class D. And of course I haven't played the game enough yet. I've hit survival and I've hit self-sufficiency, and then I died a whole bunch of other times. So a long way to go, so I'm probably gonna die here too, and please don't yell at me if I do, because, you know, I just don't know yet. Now, this is a Class D medium-sized desert planet with a thick CO2 atmosphere, which partially protects it from meteors and solar flares. Baloney! Meteors hit constantly on this planet. There's a meteor hitting like every minute. If that was Earth, we'd think this place is a terror to live in. It would be horrible. But anyway, so even says here, meteor risk low. That's a lie. It's a lie. All right. Characteristics: light amount high. Solar panels operate at full capacity, which is great. Atmosphere density high, suitable for wind. So lots of wind and wind and solar, of course, for power. And then we've got high sandstorm risk. Sandstorm causes everybody to shut. You've got to go inside, and you know the only thing that can work outside, I think, is the robots. Or I don't know if the droids can work in the sandstorm or not. I don't know. Solar flare risk low, so I don't know if that's I haven't seen any solar flares. They're not as bad as the meteors anyway. So you can actually pick your starting location, which is kind of cool. And I think all this means that if you find a map that you really like, you can actually go back to it. So north 18 degrees and west 65 degrees. So if you match that again so you at home while you're playing, you can go 1865 and play on the same map that I just put in here. So which is cool. And these look like mountainous areas. It looks like it's a little bit topographical. Like if I don't know if we could actually land in one of those mountainous areas. It looks like we're kind of oh yeah, here we go. So this looks like it would be a mountainous area, which is a terrible idea. This is not where I would land. But, you know, well, you know what? I think we'll go in this little basin. No, that's clouds. That's all cloud cover. I can't tell what's down there. Honestly, this map is useless, but whatever. It's cool that you can pick your starting location. All right, we're going to call this Deluxiaville. I wish I had a flag. I would put down a flag and say, I claim this as Deluxiaville. All right, there we go. We are going to start the game. Now, I'm going to have to move fairly quickly because if you don't, you die. And really, because it's a bit survival. Like, your people, from the second you land, are going to start getting hungry. Oh, this looks like maybe a terrible place to land. Hold on, I guess we're going to see. There's this intro thing happens every time, and I've seen it now maybe 10 times or something. I don't know. And you can't skip it. And maybe on the 50th time, I might get a little annoyed by that. But right now, it's still kind of cool to watch them all walk out of the little pod. So you can start with some workers. They're all identified by the different color suits. Workers, biologist, engineer, and a medic, and 2 droids. One is a carrier droid and a constructor droid. And it's important to note that your carrier droid will not build stuff, and your constructor droid, of course, will not carry stuff. So that's key. You learn that the hard way. Okay, this looks okay. We do have some room. It's kind of weird, though. Yeah, we are kind of cramped in, so we've got to be careful where we're placing stuff. So right away, you want to put down a oxygen-producing pod. Now, you can actually change the size of these objects to make them produce more or become more efficient, which isn't a terrible idea, but you got to be careful because you're only given this much stuff to build with. And I'll talk about that stuff in a second. I just want to get down this unit here, which will be the entrance to our little base, and I like to have it nice and close to our little colony ship that lands. So these here are, also we have to connect them. Some, of course, your main base, of course, you can put hallways in between everything, and of course it connects your power and all that kind of good stuff. So don't forget to do that. And so your colony ship, you land with about, I don't know, like 40 metal, something like that, and some of this bioplastic, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's biology-based plastics. In other words, it's plastic made from like starch, which is interesting. You come down with a whole bunch of pasta. So these are all pasta meals. Oh, it's great. And some spare parts for the robots and some other things, and some medical supplies. Sounds great. You got everything you need, right? Oh, it's not nearly enough. This alone cost us 4 metal to build. Honestly, we don't have enough. So we also need to get some power down immediately. Solar, usually you can only build your solar first. You can't build your wind first, which seems silly because wind would work even at night, but you can't do that. You've got to build your solar first, and then you can build your battery. Your water extractor is also really important at the beginning too, because you need water to produce oxygen. I like to build a second level one because you're also drinking that, and we need water badly at the beginning because, well, what do people drink if there's no water, right? And so apparently, yeah, they take the oxygen out of the water, which is amazing. So why don't we use the hydrogen for power? Interesting if we can do that, you know? I don't know, just a thought. But I'm no scientist. I don't know if that's a thing. And then I think we have to have both of the, we need to have a solar panel up in order to have a wind turbine working. In my mind, it would seem more practical to do a wind turbine first because it'll work at night, and then we don't have to worry about power. Power is such a big thing in this game. It's huge. Without power, nothing works and everybody dies. So the rush at the beginning of this game is, of course, to make sure that these guys survive and build them some basic stuff. Now, getting a place where they can refill their oxygen is really important because look at this. They have half of their oxygen left already in their little suits, and the only way they can refill that is to have a place where they can go inside and of course, fill their suits up again. So we've had power. Power's up and running, and it tells you how much power you're producing. 7.15 kilowatts and produces 50 kilowatts total, which is amazing. So it's good to note that, but keep in mind that power is useless unless you have a place to store it. We haven't built a storage unit yet. Oh, crazy. Or did I? Wind turbine. No, I haven't built the storage. Oh, okay. So we need to build a battery like quickly because how are we going to make it through the night if something goes wrong? So, and you know, none of these are connected with a passageway. So it's not like they have to go inside to get to these units. These are all accessible outside. Uh-oh. Did you hear that? That was meteor. Already! We just landed here! Yeah, low risk of meteors. Whoever, is deciding this stuff, they're crazy because they land all the time and they're big! They're huge! Alright, so we're going to build our battery. That's, of course, how we're going to store power, but we already have power, of course, to survive the night. Oxygen, it's filling up with oxygen. Everybody's going inside. Perfect! So, one crisis averted. So now, next crisis... Whoops. Next crisis, we go to a place where they can eat, they can sit. Oh, did you see that? Right there, meteor. That's pretty typical. All right, so they can eat, they can sit down on their hands and knees and eat. That's fine. But they can't get water without a water fountain. So this is actually pretty important to build right away too. I'm going to build a small canteen because I don't think it needs to be very big. But then... I haven't played this game very much, and I keep losing, so I don't take my advice. It could be totally wrong. How are we doing? Lots, not a lot of metal left, but we have to get to a point where we can build mines, and of course process the material we get from the mines into metal. And of course, a dorm is really important at the beginning because if they don't have a place to sleep, they're going to be very, very upset. I think a small dorm is probably okay at the beginning too. I think the key is just to get something up. Even if we only have 2 beds in the entire place, they will rotate. Dude, see, he's running out of oxygen. See, this is why, see that little O2 on his head? Yeah, he's running low on oxygen. Yeah, he's in the yellow and he's working. I appreciate that you're so diligent. That's really nice, but go get some oxygen, dude. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, it's going night. So the day-night cycle on this planet is pretty quick. I'd say it's probably a 5 to 6 hour cycle before it goes night, and that's why it's important to get the wind turbine up at the same time as your solar panel, as well as a battery unit, so that you've got to see we're running out of power already. Now, it's not a huge deal at this point, as long as there is some oxygen and everybody's refilled on oxygen. I get a little worried, though, when they haven't refilled on oxygen. If we run out of power, then of course we don't have any oxygen. Look at that. That was close. Absolutely terrifying. Maybe it's programmed that they won't actually land. I haven't had one land on the base yet, but I know it's coming. Okay, so next up, well, I'm just waiting for these 2 to finish. Actually, I'm not going to wait. We're just going to keep moving. We want to get that mine up right away so that somebody starts at least getting some materials. So, see, there's so much to do. Canteen, dorm. The biodome is where we grow food. Actually, that is probably a little bit more important. Let's get that up first, because we will run out of food. Trust me, this game has no sympathy for you running out of food. I'm going to build a... Should we build a big one? It seems like a terribly bad idea. Yeah, we're going to build a big one. We should have enough. All right, so now definitely we're going to have to get the mine up. And keep in mind, even these hallways cost resources. I think it's like, yeah, 1 metal and 1 bioplastic for these hallways too as well. Ooh, can I change my mind on that? I should have connected it to this one. But oh man. Oh, I can connect it. Oh, that was a terrible idea. Can I hit delete? Oh, I can. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I want it connected to the canteen. That way they can just go back and forth. So and then we can grow plants, and we can use those plants for a number of things. Of course, we can use them to eat, and we can use them to process into bioplastic, which is built at the processing plant, which... Uh-oh, power. We're out of power. See? I knew this was going to happen. And there's no wind. Well, there's a little bit of wind. Not a huge deal because we're not the only thing we're using power for right now for people to keep them alive. What we really need right now is making sure that we've got oxygen. As soon as we get plants and stuff in here, then of course I'm going to be a little bit more worried about that. But looks like we've got just barely enough power to keep it going for about a second, and then it stops. All right, so let's get our processing plant in, and we're just going to do a small one of those. Eventually I'm probably going to upgrade it anyway. Now the processing plant... Be better if I had the processing plant kind of close to a mine. So maybe let's put down our mine first and see where we can put that. Now, of course, we're still going to have to enter through the entrance here, but if we could put our mine down over here. Oh, no. You can only put it in certain spots. Oh, over there is okay. Just kind of scanning around here to see if we can find another spot that's close to our entrance. Oh, I can put it right here. Well, that's cool. So, yeah, because they will take the processed material, or the material to be processed, in through the front entrance there. Oh, everybody's running out of water. Oh, we need... Oh, right. Okay, so we can actually remove the dome here. Jeez, I can't believe I forgot that. See, this is why I died. So you have to build a drinking fountain for water. Otherwise, they can't just take it from the tap. It has to be from a drinking fountain. They're like my cats. They're very specific about how they're going to consume their meals and, of course, their water. Now, as far as a dining table, I don't know. I mean... A two-person dining table is probably fine, and besides that, they will sit down on their hands and knees and eat a meal, but they need to have a drinking fountain for some reason. Also, they want a TV for entertainment because that's also a need, and I don't know if they can die from that, but I think they'll stop working if they don't have a place to, of course, enjoy a little, creature comfort like TV, like I don't know, cartoons. And of course, in our biodome, they're going to want to have a place to sleep right away. Just one little bunk bed should be good. They will rotate in and out, and one by one, they will all get some sleep. But the water thing is a big problem. We need to get the water built now. The fountain built now. Biodome's important, but it's not as important as water. Come on, guys. See the little droid? Oh, yes. Okay, perfect. Now go build it. Thing is, he's a carrier droid. He won't build it. Son of a... Okay. Oh, the constructor droid will carry stuff. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't realize the constructor droid will carry things too as well. There, we got water, guys. Go drink. See, Now, you can die from so many things in this game, it's crazy. Yeah, so, yeah, water, it's not terribly bad, but see, sleep is all starting to get bad too. Okay, good. All right, so that's done. All right, let's get our mine down. Woo, first crisis, second crisis averted. All right, mine. We're going to put the mine here, I think. That way it's nice and close to the entrance. Unfortunately, I kind of put myself in a situation. I should have put the biodome over here. Because then I could put the processing plant. Wonder if I could... Yeah, see, you got to plan this out well. Doing a terrible job. I would like to have the processing plant nice and close to that entrance. I don't think I can put it... I don't think you can attach anything else to your entrance. You can only attach one hallway to your entrance. So yeah, unfortunately, the processing plant's going to have to go here, which might be okay because we'll put a storage area like in between those two. So should I bring this out a little bit? Like so. Nope, that's a terrible idea. I'm going to delete that. See, you can build a storage area, and eventually we're going to have all this stuff coming into a storage area, and that's probably the key place. I don't know. Whatever. I think we'll just put that, I guess it doesn't matter. I didn't want it that far away, and that's what I was sort of discussing with myself. So I guess we'll put that right there. We'll connect those two. Processing plant at the beginning, I don't think has to be that big. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, yeah, they're all needing sleep. Oh, good. Yeah, see, that, like I said, even with 2 bunks, with this small of people on the planet right now, eventually, of course, everybody's going to get some sleep. So we do need to keep track of our power. So now we are producing 15 from the solar panel and 15 from the wind turbine, which is great. Our little battery here is filling up. It can store 7,500 units of power. It's an arbitrary number until you really start to get to know what is using power. So your water extractor uses, this particular one, which is a little bigger, uses 3, which is quite a bit. And our oxygen generator, which is a small version, I think we built a small version, produces or needs 1.5 and 1.5 units of water. So you can't, mentally keep track of it all. If you hit Alt on the keyboard, yes, it also shows you what you have total in resources. It doesn't tell you your power, but it does tell you, how much that asteroid right there. That's nuts. Okay, does tell you when wind is happening. So this is your wind, this is your daylight, and how long you have. 8 hours in. Oh yeah, so this is hour 9. So I guess it's longer. I guess the days are longer than that. All right, and then of course, how much do you have in colonists and bots? And of course, then you can flip back and see how many meals you got. Oh, that's really important, right? Okay, so we've got our biodome ready to go. We can actually place some stuff in there. So yeah, you can totally customize the inside. This is kind of like Sims in space, a little bit. Although there's not as much personality from the guys in little suits. They do look pretty funny when they're inside doing certain things in the building. But okay, so we want some peas. Anything that's starchy will produce stuff that you can use for producing bioplastic. And then of course, see, it's interesting. It says... I don't know. I think it just has to be starchy. I don't know if it matters between pea pad and rice pad. Does it matter which one we're using? I don't know. And then of course you've got medicine, the medicine plants, which will produce medicine, which is pretty important. I'm not going to do that quite yet. Oh, it's telling me that's what it costs to build that. A pea pad, it cost me 1 bioplastic. Oh, okay, I get it. But it doesn't really tell you. So pea pad, hydroponic vegetable, that fast production, high maintenance, and it's starchy. Oh, high maintenance. Oh, all of these are... The wheat, actually, you know what? Can I delete that? Yeah, so the wheat is starchy, but it doesn't say it's high maintenance, so I think we'll start with that. Yeah, and then, of course, the onion, which probably doesn't taste very good, is low maintenance. Well, I mean, onions taste fine, but not on their own. Tomato, which probably tastes delicious, just a little bit more maintenance. So we'll do that, and that just means your biologist is going to be spending more time at that unit. Okay, so there is our processing plant, and we've got our mine, so we technically can produce, you should recycle the colony ship. Yes, we will in a moment. We're going to produce a metal processor, therefore we've got essentially infinite metal, and we're also going to produce the bioplastic producer, which pretty much gives us infinite bioplastic so long as we're producing enough food and enough raw resources from the mine. So how the mine works is people go into the mine. We'll just turn ourselves around so you can see there's a little door. So the guy, I think it's the engineer, or maybe it's a worker. Worker will go into a mine, and you can see this little bar fill up. And when it fills up to the top, that means he's produced a chunk of resources. And then they will take the resources to here, from here, in here, and into the processing plant. and the engineer will operate this machine, the metal processor, and he'll produce metal. So it all works, sounds great, fine and dandy until you've built everything too big and everything runs out of power and you all die. So that's it. So actually things are going fairly well. We've got some food plants up and running. Now, in order for them to use they can't just eat tomatoes on the vine, because how droll, how 2015 is that? I mean, you want to turn it into space paste. And the way you turn it into space paste is you can go here and build a meal maker, which turns all of your useless vegetables into real food. I could sell this stuff. I totally could. Oh, we can also put a plant in here. Do we want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. I think we're probably going to need more food production. Just generally, whoop, I don't want to recycle. Sorry, I tend to hit buttons sometimes. No. We want to actually go here. We're going to edit it. We're going to add another starchy plant. I think we'll add the rice pad too as well. And we'll add, I think we can only add 4. Oh no, we can add more than that. Okay, so we're going to do the medicine plant as well, but I still think we're going to need more food. But I think that's good. We've got 2 starchy plants. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so good enough. All right, so I think we're pretty safe. We've got full power reserves. We've got our turbine working. We've got a nice big solar panel. We've got a big water extractor. Everybody's got oxygen. Now I'm assuming that eventually we will run out of. Oh, we're producing 30 oxygen. How much every building is using for oxygen? I don't know. Some buildings are dead end structures, which means they can only have one connection. So in other words, I cannot add another connection to this one. To the dorms, you can't add another connection to them, but for most buildings you can add another connection. Okay, so let's get creative. Let's start building some. This is pretty good. This is about as far as I have gotten with the game. Now let's build a storage unit, a place where we can store all this juicy stuff. Oh man, that's a long way to carry all that, to carry storage. See, this is where you can totally screw up with the way that you build things. I think what we can do actually, I'm tempted to move this because this would be a way nicer place. You know what? Hey guys, do not build these things, because I think we're going to move this dome. So, and same thing with the plants. Now the biologist will come and tend the plants depending on how high maintenance they are. And of course, once that bar reaches the top, so notice here, little producing 27%. So as they grow, it'll gradually fill up until it produces something. And oh, here it goes, produces vegetables, wheat. So it'll produce 2 food and 1 starch for producing bioplastic. Oh, neat. Yeah, I've looked at these, but I haven't closely looked at these. All right, so the tomato will produce 3 units of food, and the food will go into the meal replacement, or the meal replacement, into the meal maker, and it'll turn vegetables and meat into food. So I think it's, yeah, 1 for 1, I think. I don't know, 1 vegetable will become 1 food. So it turns it into like that paste that they ate in the Matrix. Very cool. Okay, so let's, how much material do we have? We have no metal whatsoever. Uh-oh. So we have to recycle the ship. Okay, so in recycling the ship, it just puts everything on the ground, but we do get some metal, thank God. Because, see, I almost ruined it. I almost botched it. That's why we hadn't actually built these 2 units. We weren't actually self-sufficient yet. The guys in here are looking through the window going, I think we made a bad decision. I think we picked the wrong planet. Can you imagine? And how did that size of object hitting the ground at incredible speeds not just tear apart this whole planet? Yeah, that's scary. Okay, so now we do need to build a storage unit so that we have a place to store all this stuff, because, well, we're gonna run out pretty quickly. So let's, I'm not happy with the way the places that I've put things so far, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so we're perfect. So notice he put the metal down there to build that metal processing unit. Yeah, let's make sure that's down first. Yeah, done. All right, so let's put this. Man, we should put it here, but that's okay. I'm gonna put it here. Connect these 2. But we may not even have enough metal now to finish. 7 resources to build. Whoa. Very large. I didn't mean to build a very large one. Can I build a... Oh, there we go. 2. Yeah, 7. That was huge, man. I don't suppose I could... Oh, I can put the small one in between. It's actually a really good idea. Let's do that. I'm going to put a small one in between. It doesn't have to be huge. Just a place to store all this... The very basic extra stuff that we have right now. That's just lying on the ground. Because stuff does deteriorate over time. So, yeah. So stuff will actually lose its condition. until it's no longer usable, which is terrible. So another thing that we're going to have to think about fairly quickly here is our robots will require maintenance. Look at that. He requires maintenance. Now, they do no, they need the engineer to repair them, but they need spare parts. So that's what these things are. So the droids are amazing because they will work through the night. They'll work in sandstorms. They will work nonstop. But in order for them to keep working at peak efficiency, they need to have these spare parts so that they can repair themselves when they need maintenance. Yeah, and that's same goes with a lot of things. I think a lot of things have a condition metric on them. I don't know exactly which ones, but and then of course you need the spare parts to repair those things. And spare parts, of course, require metal and also require is it the factory? I think it's a factory. There is a if we go to, there is a game menu, quick save, show tops, adjust speed, base management. Oh no, that's there is. I thought I saw a tech list somewhere with a tree on it, but maybe not. So in order for us to repair, maybe it was a help thing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is what I looked at. So if you go to the help, which is fantastic, the help in this game, these menus are great. So if you look at robots, you can actually go to bots, and you can see, oh, their robotics facility, they auto repair, but the bot auto repair requires the robotics facility and components, I believe. Hold on. Bots have a limited lifespan, operate will be recycled. Oh, they also have a limited lifespan. Oh. And will have to be recycled. This is reflecting. Okay, so and then you have to repair them. So they are not a permanent addition to the base too as well. I'm sure. Built in the robotics factory is where we build the spare parts. I don't think so. I think it was just the factory. Pretty sure. Let's go here. Let's go to the factory, and we're just gonna build a small factory for now too as well. Yeah, I'd like to have that connected to the storage too. That makes more sense. Hopefully we're gonna have enough material. I don't know if he's actually mining yet. Doesn't look like it. I think they're still so busy taking care of some of this other stuff. We'll just wait until that storage area is built. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it does tell me up here 13. Sorry, it does tell me I have 13 metal, and it looks like we've maybe got all the metal. Yeah, everything's all laid out here. So okay, so we've got 13 metal to work with. I wonder if that I wonder if that includes what they're using right now. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Nope. Yes. So as they're building here, it's actually going down. So we're actually sitting at 9 metal. So let's plan this out properly. So yeah, so there was a little scatterbrain there. So factory, that'll cost us 2. I'm not gonna build the big one. The big one would be 4. Now the factory, we're gonna connect that to there, and maybe no, just there for now, because we're running. So that's 3 of our resources, 3 of our metal. Oh, bioplastic. We must be running low on that too. Well, we still have 12. That's okay. That's all right. And looks like our biologist, who's very unhappy. Why are you so unhappy? Why are you unhappy? Oh, you're not that unhappy. Jacques Francis, biologist, going to bunk. He's unhappy. I did build a TV. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I didn't. I thought I built a TV. Just a second. Did I not build one? Hold on. We can pull the walls back up here. I'd feel silly if I built 2. Maybe I didn't build a TV. So yeah, you need a TV to entertain your guys. They will just they need cartoons. It's very, very important. I understand. I mean, I need cartoons. It's very, very key to having a rich, full life. Oh. I thought I built one, but why can't... Okay, I guess I can only place it there? That's weird. I was sure I built one. Am I just crazy? It's possible. I played this a few times, and it just seems like one of those things that I regularly put... Okay, I guess I didn't. I guess I didn't build one. Okay, I apologize, guys. You need to build a TV. Planet News. They like to watch the Planet News TV channel. All right, so there we go. I don't know if they can die from happiness, but I think they just stop working. When they get unhappy enough, they just like, I'm not doing anything anymore, and it's done. And as soon as they stop working, your base ceases to function, and everything blows up, and you're done. That's it. It's game over. So I don't know if they'll use this mine until... I don't even know what... exactly which person uses a mine. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so this is the medic. The medic will carry stuff. Well, I think they'll all carry stuff. The worker, of course, I think he's the guy that uses a mine. I think we have 3 workers. I wonder if it tells us in... let's see here. Let's go to the alt. It doesn't say, it doesn't give us a list. It'd be cool if there was a list. And actually there might be in our main menu here. I think there is with graphs and stuff. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I just kept missing it. It is under base management. For some reason, I thought this was something else. So you can actually take a look at the stats of your entire base. I apologize for that. I just actually kind of lost my mind there for some reason. And you can actually see all sorts of great information on your base, like how much food you have, whether you're growing or shrinking. And of course, eventually we can build a landing pad and have people come down and experience the base for themselves. And of course, build your colony. Because you can't survive with 7 people alone. You're not going to rebuild the human race with only 7 people. Oh, that robot. He is in rough shape. He's actually knocked out. So he's waiting for an engineer to come and repair him. I don't know if they can auto repair yet without the robotics factory. They might need that first. Oh, the factory's built. Okay, cool. Let's get... the thing is... Why can't I open the top on this? Oh, weird. Maybe it's not done building. I think what happened is the robot, the droid actually stopped working midway through building it because he ran out of juice. He broke. His little actuator fell off, which is terrible. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, so sorry, just checking the time here. Whew. It's really fun. I think it's going to be out on the 16th of October. I think this is worthwhile, and trust me, I maybe made this look a little easy, just this initial thing, but it took many tries to get this right. Literally, you could almost do, at least for this planet, it's step by step, like just making sure, you have your power up and both types of power right away, as well as a place to store power is so important. I don't know how many times I died just not doing that, and people dying from not having oxygen. Is he coming? Is that the engineer? Yes, so that's the engineer. Now, he is the only guy I think that can repair this bot. You can't actually manually tell them to repair a bot. So now that we've got this factory up, or just about up, we should be able to go in and build see what we can build here. In arms workshop, we can build guns. So I don't know if there's aliens or something on these planets, or maybe we have to battle with another colony or something. Very cool anyway. And then we've got semiconductor factory. Semiconductors used for building things, and I assume that would mean robots and stuff, and of course a spares workshop. This is really important, fairly early in the game to have one of these, but the thing that I found that if you build your spares workshop too soon, what ends up happening is that they don't give you enough metal to do some, they will just keep building spares, and I don't know if there's a way to stop them from doing it, and maybe there is. Maybe I just haven't played around with it enough. In other words, if I keep using all of my metal to build spares, then I may not have any more metal to keep building and expanding my base, right? And I really want to keep building and expanding my base, but then like I said, once again, I have not played it that far in. Okay, so next up, let's see if we can build the lab is where we produce we need the sick base. So the sick base is also important because people do tend to get injured on a regular basis from various things. Even if it doesn't seem like people are getting injured, a lot of times that people can and will get injured for whatever, like they, chipped a tooth, or, well, tooth, no, that would be a dentist. We need a space dentist. My bad. But no, they break nails, I meant to say. So good to have a sick bay going right away too, because I think even already, if you look at our guys, they're probably suffering from, oh no, he seems to be okay. Maybe it's an all of a sudden thing. Maybe it's every once in a while they just kind of trip over their own feet kind of thing. Oh, this robot is also knocked out. So I don't know. I know they've got the auto repair thing. I could go look at the help again, but you could totally tell I've only played this game for an hour. I'm still a little unsure of how everything works. Was that our last piece of metal? Must be getting pretty close now. Are we going to start modding that stuff, guys? This is why you need more people down in your colony eventually, because it gets pretty slow if you keep on expanding and you've got all the stuff that your people can do, and only certain people can do certain things. For example, you only have one engineer. And I'm assuming that eventually maybe we can educate our own guys? Hey, that'd be pretty cool. The bar, that sounds like an important place. A place for colonists to relax and enjoy some drinks. A multi-dome. Oh, that sounds terribly dangerous. This is where most people get hurt. Multiple purpose leisure and fitness building. Yikes. Okay. And, okay, so anyway, guys, I'm going to call that an episode. I hope you enjoyed this quick look at the game. Of course, there is so much more here. There is so much more to look at, and so much more that we're going to see in the future for this game, I'm sure. I think it's going to become very popular. People love city builders. I love city builders, and I have played Space Colony on this channel because I like space, and I like the idea of survival in space in a colony scenario. So, of course, I'm really looking forward to its actual launch. But if you liked the video, let me know. And if you'd like to see more of Planetbase on the channel, let me know as well. I am so limited for time lately, just with work. And of course, we have all sorts of things coming up, like Christmas and stuff, which takes away from the channel as well. So I don't have an enormous amount of time. It's really hard to prioritize what people want to see. But I will do my best if you guys really want to see a series on this, because I'd love to do one. But like I said, it may take a while to actually, get from point A to point D. So anyway, guys, take care.